Hey everybody, this is Doug with Artfully Rogue and welcome back to the channel. So I have an extremely busy week this week full of projects, and I figured why not add to the chaos, and I'm going to go ahead and test out a new machine from ArcCaptain. It's the MIG 205 Pro. Now, I don't want this to be a regular review video that's just drones on. So throughout this video, I'm going to be giving you fabrication tips that I have learned over the 25 years that I've been welding. I'll also kind of give you some tips that have helped me run my business more efficiently. And I'll show you some things here in this shop that also make my day-to-day more pleasant in the shop. Okay, for starters, I do the Phoenix Film Festival trophies every single year. I do 35 of these trophies. I basically weld all these pieces together because I have them cut from another company because I don't have a CNC right now. But that's what we're going to test the ArcCaptain on. Most of this is just tack welding things in place, but there is a part where I have to weld a square plate onto a section of square tubing, and that's really going to put this machine to the test. The thickness of the film reel is 10 gauge. I'm going to look into the book given to me by ArcCaptain, and the closest thing that I see is 11 gauge. So our volts are showing 23.7 and the wire speed is 400. Okay, let's set up the machine. So right now we're on a spool gun for MIG. There's TIG, there's stick, and there's the MIG that I'm looking for. Now I want to connect my wire speed and my volts, so I'm going to push the synergic button, and now those two will operate together. My wire is set up to 035. I'm using a mix, and I'm at 2T, so we're good to go. Now I'm going to dial in the setting here so that my volts hit roughly 23.7 according to the book. Here's a shop tip. If you're repeating the same process over and over again, make a jig. The efficiency of doing the work by using a jig should go without saying, but as you can see here, I have a simple jig that allows me to put one side of the film reel onto the jig, and then I place the round tubing where I need it, tack weld that into place, and then put the other half of the film reel right on top of that. And then I'll weld that right in place. The entire process of welding all 35 pairs only took me about 10 minutes of work. So for the base plates, I'm using a 3/16 inch plate and an 1/8 inch square tubing. So obviously these thicknesses are a little bit different. So when I set the machine, I'm going to set it towards the 3/16. Now on their guide, it's closer to 6 gauge. So I'm going to set this to right around 28.3. Now one of the things that I've noticed in the synergic mode is like I can bring up the wire speed and it will bring up the volts, but it kind of stops after a moment. So if I disconnect the two, and we'll bring that up to 28 according to the book, and this was at 560 I believe. That's the suggested setting to do 3/16. Now because I'm also going to be doing 1/8 inch, I actually want to bring that down just a little bit, just to kind of find a happy medium in between there. And I'm also going to bring this down so I'm not spitting out too much wire. We'll have to test this to see what it looks like. We'll start there and see what that does. Now I'm on 2T, which means I can pull the trigger and it goes, I can release the trigger and it stops. All right, so everything should be set good here. Let's try this. For the trophy base, as opposed to having a jig, I actually set up multiples in a line, so that way I can just go right down the line without having to waste time to line up each one before I weld. This also speeds up things in the process. Next step in the process, I need to add the Phoenix to the top of the film reel. Again, as you can see, I'm using a jig to make this process more efficient. The ArcCaptain MIG 205 Pro has a spot welding setting. I think this might be a good time to try that out since I'm going to be spot welding the Phoenix to the film reel. We'll cycle from 2T, 4T, and then spot, and then if you push this button, you can set your burn back time, or you can actually set the induction, or you can set the length of time that you want your spot weld to be. So you can bring it all the way down to 0.5 or bring it all the way up to, say, 5 seconds. So I'm going to bring it down to right about, say, 2. Let's bring it down to 2 for right now and see how that works. Now, just so you know, burn back adjustment setting is usually between 150 and 250 to prevent the wire from sticking to the weld pool or to contact the tip at the end of the weld. With the top of the film reels complete, I'm going to jump onto another project real quick. This is a rain curtain water feature. It consists of a 16 gauge sheet that has been bent into 8" by 8" channel. My welds are running a little bit hot. I figured now would be a good time to test out the ArcCaptain app feature for the MIG 205 Pro. I honestly didn't think that there would be a use for an app that controls a welding machine, but being up on the ladder with these water features is definitely a time saver. To prevent myself from climbing down to reset the machine, climbing back up, maybe it's a little lazy, but it is kind of a cool feature. If you prefer jumping straight to the detail about the MIG Pro 205, you can go to 1456 in the video, and to get the current discount, check the description down below. Not too bad. It's easy to blow through 16 gauge at the corner, and I would say there was about a 1/16 inch gap between the top piece and the side piece. And the MIG 205 Pro, well, handled it like a pro. Okay, so like I said, I really want to put this machine to the test, and this is where that's going to happen. I've got 35 of these trophy base plates that I need to weld all the way around. Now, the cool thing about the ArcCaptain is that it says it is a 60% duty cycle. Now, what that means is duty cycles run in 10-minute increments. This should be able to operate 6 minutes non-stop, and then it needs 4 minutes as a break. Now, I'm not sure exactly how long it's going to take me to go around, definitely not 6 minutes, but I'm going to try to go one right after the other without taking much of a break. If anything, it's going to be seconds between. And we're going to see either the thermal coupler, connector, I forget what the term is, there should be an auto shut-off inside the machine that will sense it overheating and it will shut down. This used to happen in my shop in Phoenix during the summertime when it was 120 degrees outside and the shop was probably about 125, 130. So my machine that I was using, and I was using a Lincoln, a little small buzz box, it would shut off after about 5 minutes because it just got too hot. So then I would have to cool it down and then wait and let it, then I could start back up again. So 60% duty cycle is what it claims. Let's see what it can do. Again, here I'm using the jig that I made specifically for the process because I have to do 35 of these. I'm going through these much faster than normal to see if I can put the machine under some stress. And although it's not continuous welding, I'm only stopping for about 2 to 3 seconds between welds. Because I'm using a magnet on the jig to hold the base up, one of the things you have to be careful of with regards to using magnets is heat will slowly demagnetize a magnet. At some point during this process, the magnet will become too weak to hold the piece up where I wanted it. However, on the jig, I've made it so that the magnet can be replaced. I've even learned that the other day, if the magnet is too strong, that it will literally pull the welding wire away from the spot where you want to weld. I'll have to show you that in another video. While I finish up these bases, I think now's a good time to let you know, at the end of this video, I'll go ahead and show you everything that you get with your purchase of the ArcCaptain MIG 205 Pro. And I'll go over all of the features in more detail. Well, I ran out of wire before I ran this thing too hot. But I've never gone through them that fast, and I'm sure that I'm going to have to go back and maybe touch up some welds. Most of that's going to have to get grinded off so that it can be painted and look nice. I'll show you a little close-up. I did prep all the material so that there's a bevel between the top plate and the square tubing. That way the weld gets in there and penetrates. Typically I run just a little bit slower and this magnet will last a little bit longer. So I don't know if it was the heat or just the frequency of the machine and it being grounded, if it demagnetized the magnet so it can't hold the weight any longer. These magnets I can change out, but yeah, I ran out of wire before I could really overheat it. So we're gonna change wire and we're gonna get back on it. You know, I think this is a great opportunity to mention right now that this is the first machine that I have ever received from a company that actually included a small spool of wire. And I thought that was kind of cool. So when you open up the box and you get all the pieces and parts and you start looking at it, yeah, they have a little spool of wire that they include with that. I think that's really cool. I've never had that, as part of a service or part of the machine that you get. Another really cool thing that I like about this is inside this compartment, there's an LED light. So now I have a lot of light here in the shop, but if you're in an area that's kind of dark, there's a little LED light up here that kind of shines in the compartment. And I think that's really cool. It's kind of like, open the door to the fridge and the light's on for you. So yeah, I really enjoy that. We're gonna get this changed and we'll get this back up and running. So far I'm super pleased with the machine. And I actually like the app feature. I really did not expect to like the app feature, but because I work on water features and I find myself on ladders and welding, it does kind of save time having to climb down, make the change, go back up and whatnot. You can just do it right from your phone. So that's actually kind of cool. So let's go ahead and get this wire run through here and then we're gonna get back on these trophy bases. Okay, so there's one thing that I'm not real keen on so far. It doesn't have like an isolated wire feed button. Like on some of my other machines, if you're changing wire, you can push the button and it will automatically feed the wire without doing the gas. I don't see that on here. I haven't found it yet. Maybe it's there, but I haven't found it. So in order to feed the wire, you have to push the trigger, which then initiates the gas as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the gas. That way I'm not just running gas. You'll hear probably a hiss as I let the gas run through the hose here. There it is. Now the gas is gone. And now the wire speed is kicking up. Now, typically, as that's coming through, I'll remove this tip. Find my pliers. I don't want it to come crashing in through that tip, so I'm going to remove that and then we'll go ahead and get that coming through. Taking the tips off, that's pretty easy. You want to change these periodically. There's the wire. And your tip is also going to show whether it's a 0.30 wire, 0.035 wire, 0.030 or 0.035 or 8 millimeter or 9 millimeter, depending on where you're at. So you'll change out these tips periodically. And then your gas shield just goes right back up on there. So now we're set to go again. We have wire. I turned up the wire speed, so I'm going to turn that back down. And because I have that synergic mode selected, when I adjust the wire speed, it also adjusts the volts at the same time. And so that makes things just a little bit easier. I don't have to dial things in that serious on these particular projects. But it's nice to know that if you do need to separate your amps or your wire speed or your volts, you can do that just by disengaging that synergic button.
Now in my shop, I primarily do MIG and TIG welding processes. With the MIG 205 Pro, you don't get the TIG accessory. However, if I do get that in the future, I'll go ahead and do a test and a review on that accessory, and we'll kind of go over the features of the TIG process with this particular machine. Okay, so the bases are complete. In my opinion, I think it did really well. Despite the fact that I wasn't able to do a 6-minute continuous weld, the constant welding did not overheat the machine. It actually performed really well. Given that, I like the machine. I'll use it here in the shop, on a regular basis. So let me show you what you actually get in the box when it arrives.
Here's a quick rundown of everything you get in the box. You're going to get the welding machine for the MIG 205 Pro, torch accessories, conduct tips, nozzles, diffuser, diffuser wrench, MIG welding torch, ground clamp or work lead, electrode holder, CO2 gas regulator, 10-foot gas hose, 240 to 120 adapter, wire rollers and data plug, Teflon aluminum conduit liner, .035 welding wire, a cover for the MIG 205 Pro, and of course the user manual. Okay, so let's talk about the front of the machine. You have your LED readout. You have your current and your wire speed adjustment knob. You have your connection for your spool gun. You have your connection for your MIG gun. You have the polarity changeover plug. Then you have your knob for your voltage and your spot welding adjustment. Then you have your positive and your negative import terminals. Now on the back, super simple, gas connection, on-off button, electrical cable, and your cooling fans. Now let's take a look at the LED screen in a little bit more detail. In the top left, this indicates your input voltage. You may see 120 volt, 240 volt, VRD, or a little square with an arrow in it. That means your spool gun remote control is connected. Not shown here, but in your upper right, you may see a triangle icon with an exclamation point in it. That means that your welding machine failure warning. Or you may also see a Bluetooth LED. Top left button is your gas check button. The numbers on the left will be your settings for your current or your amperage. Numbers on the right will be the settings for your voltage. Your mode button will allow you to click through the different welding processes. Stick welding or MMA, MIG, gas MIG, spool gun MIG, or lift TIG. In the MIG setting, you'll also have the option of choosing 2T, 4T, or spot weld. Another interesting setting is the syn or synergic selection. By selecting this, you can separate the wire speed from the current. The bottom left would be your MIG wire setting. The bottom right is a material selection area. It also kind of dials in which gas you're using. Here it's steel with 100% CO2. Then you've got steel mix with argon CO2, gasless or flux core, stainless with argon, and aluminum with argon. And of course, your voltage setting and your current or amperage setting. Okay, thanks for taking the time to watch this video. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so now. Give me a thumbs up if you liked what you saw. If you have any comments, put those down into the comment section. And whatever the current discount codes are for this machine, they will be down in the description as well. I'll see you in the next video.